You are listening to the Proverbs for Living a Fulfilling Life podcast. Hi, this is your host, Dr. Rick Upchurch. These Proverbs come from a lifetime of experience. My goal in sharing them with you is to help you avoid some of life's pitfalls and hopefully give you some tools to live a more fulfilling life. I hope you will ponder the proverb in this episode and take away something that you can use. Episode 13, Saying No. In 2014, CVS Pharmacy said no to carrying tobacco products. Their decision was definitely controversial and cost the company $2 billion a year in direct sales. For most of us, having the guts to say no to anything can be difficult. Saying no to $2 million requires laser-like focus on your core principles. There are 3 P's that make saying no difficult for us. When all of these are aligned, it is nearly impossible, but not impossible. Those 3 P's are, first, profit. When saying no means less money, that can be hard, especially if money is tight to begin with. Saying no to the cashier when they give you back too much change can even seem foolish if you are literally struggling to make ends meet. For a corporation to say no at the cost of $2 billion a year seems nearly unimaginable. Profit is a huge driver in why we say yes to things that are detrimental to our emotional, spiritual, and physical health. It's also the reason we say no to things that might affect our lifestyle. The second P is peer pressure. Going along with the crowd is always easier than standing against it. Being willing to say no to abuse, racism, bigotry, or even joining in rioting and mayhem is not something everyone is willing to do because they are afraid of being rejected. Peer pressure is a powerful force in our lives, dictating our hairstyle, our clothing choices, the kind of car we drive, where we live, who we're friends with, and who we aren't. When we yield to peer pressure, in spite of what we know to be the right, we become less human in some way, as if we're being absorbed into an amorphous shadow that sucks in the light, but releases nothing but more darkness. Peer pressure is compelling because it feeds our fear of unworthiness and drives us to behaviors that we believe will make us loved and appreciated. But like a voracious animal, peer pressure is never content and constantly drives those who have fallen under its control to ever more desperate behaviors. The third P is personality. Some people's personality is such that saying no is easy, while others can hardly even conceive the possibility of saying no. Understanding yourself and your personality is crucial to being able to say no. The more self-aware you are, the better you can cope with the challenges that sometimes demand the answer of no. Unfortunately, most people would rate themselves high on their self-awareness, when in fact their actual rating is quite low. Those researching in this area have projected as high as 80% of the population is lacking in any real sense of self-awareness. Is there any wonder then that so many are incapable of saying no? And I'll be sharing more on self-awareness in future episodes. These 3 P's can make saying no and meaning it a challenge. But it can make it easier for anyone if they know their core values and place them before other considerations. CVS's refusal to carry tobacco products came out of their core values. Their announcement included this sentence: "The sale of tobacco products is inconsistent with our purpose, helping people on their path to better health." What makes your core values core is that you believe they express you and who you were meant to be. It is a matter of belief and conviction. take a few moments and try and jot down some of your personal core values or guiding principles, if you will. Your list might include statements like, I will always tell the truth, or I will never intentionally harm another individual, or I'll be honest and fair in all my dealings. You can actually draw your list from how you perceive you operate in real life, especially to the things you're willing to say no to and the things that you are willing to say yes to. If you're caught up in a mob that breaks a storefront window, are you going to join them in looting the store, or are you going to say no? You see, your core principles define you just as the absence of those principles do. Will profit, peer pressure, or personality drive you, or will you choose who you are and how you will live your life? Once you do that, then the other side of that coin is that your core values will also guide you in saying yes as well. If you are one of those who find it difficult to say no, consider the 3 Ps and then review your own core values. Make sure you write them down and then use them to give you the strength you need to say no, as well as the courage to say yes when the situation demands it. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment. I love reading fan comments. In every case, the information in these proverbs is merely the tip of the iceberg of information related to that specific topic. If you find that one or more of these particularly resonate with you, do a little research in the area, and I'm sure you will find more information that will help you. Don't hesitate to leave me a message. I'll be glad to help or point you in the right direction. May God bless you and strengthen you on your journey.